Mojuma net sense say, and I say a basse ye bejisa E-Levy how ben a mubekom.
Okay, me da say. Ye juma nene so no sisi no sana me bra start ye no. E-Levy issue nearby and there has been a lot of panic withdrawals.
Hey.
Yes. Customers buy. For the first time at E-Levy was announced, I think in November or October, we had a lot of customers at Omoba Be Your Musika. Because Oma Dream Your Musen, ye ready budget no. Na start here no.
Me cry will be uncoming.
Into Dudwana Be Your Musika. Yan yet na se catch muse omonto omobo. Now mobile money eba ye no. Aba be yi niema be brave. Especially it has decreased unemployment. And that's what the government is failing to see. So,
mobile money no.
Mobile money came to reduce
unemployment. No swat.
Yes.
Okay.
Me, for example, me read school in 2012.
School, junior high school.
No, me read university.
Hey.
In 2012, I have not had employment till now.
W.
And mobile money.
Oh, Captain.
Where
university?
University, I have my master's. I did space to support my master's in tech.
Well, who could have master's degree?
Yes.
How will investment?
From tech.
Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
Kwame Nkrumah University of Science.
Master's degree.
Master's degree.
And artificial.
And I'm if no employment.
Into
me is kakakad me de share about money mo. And that's what I have been doing to support myself and my family. And I'm not the only one facing this. A lot of people. Eddie, OVA school, I didn't saw 500 or 1,000 there. Unya mobile money phone, unya phone, there ko pet umbrella, say bits now better or the best starting. And that has been the trend. Into mobile money, ababe boa system ni bebre. Mobile money has come to help the government, which I now offer for your friend is saying cashless society. Ababe boa, yes. Ababe boa. So, you know that you have your wallet in your pocket.
Exactly.
Baby, and you can withdraw your money, have easy access, pay. That the idea was shop. You almost say they accept only mobile money. Now, this same mobile money, you know, as your tax experts, the kind or can send you one and person means so. The 1% na telcos ne charge no. I bind their womb. Yen agent ye dear womb.
1% no.
1% na telcos ne charge no. Aban dear womb.
Aban Sanchez asking me.
Agent dear womb. Telcos ne sunya ni dear womb. Now, if you are coming to tax, you are leaving that 1% and bringing on 1.75%. And now the telcos came and said, and they are going to reduce their 1% to, I think, 75 or so, so that the telcos can take it. It means me agent nanka meje. First, say telcos need you 1 CD or mama me 40 pesos. To see me agent, me 40 pesos na so better.
Oh.
But like my brother said, I am using my own money.
Okay.
Me and me sika.
Wow, master's degree analysis.
No, Captain, because we are not finding why this thing is coming at this time. For a time of over the years, we realized that we have grown. And interoperability has also helped. The margin of profit the government is making has increased. So instead of looking at other places to raise revenue, as your tax expert and Mr. Mike Kaino, you are rather dwelling on the same mobile money that is giving you all the benefits that you are receiving. In this is the agent commission will be reduced, definitely, because you will not be affected. It will be reduced. We are already facing armed robbery and theft and all those things. Our commissions will be reduced. Right now, the average Ghanaian ananka almost 500 cedis and 1,000 are old between their started. On to me in fine yebium. Because Bosome onya commission 100 Ghana. Sisi and the commission is so better. How do you expect the average Ghanaian to your friend is make it? So it means that we are promoting your friend said the rich would always remain rich because who will scan after the mobile money, then you always be rich. Then the average Ghanaian will lose. So it will give a rise in unemployment again. And over 2 years we have faced armed robbery. It's now going to be worse because there is no job within the system now for even your friend saying schools no to do. and nothing is helping us. So these are the petty things, Anka. Ye nim say eboa ma me sister wokofo dua. Oni adwuma bia me se fa onem details bra ma me ko register mobile money account. Emma. Tina fie na no ne ye. Na se adwuma ne ba be ye say a me ye den e register man ka se ko ka set na fie your friends ufie ano ye. When at the end of the day no onya revenue bia. Into tax where they buy, it's really going to affect us. It's not funny at all. And we don't know why the government is bent on bringing it. And research has also even showed all the other countries that implemented this did not get a good result. From Uganda to Zimbabwe, all those who presented it, and even some of them presented, we have it here, Uganda in 2018, July.
That's right.
Presented a threshold 0.50, and they got 27 million. For Zimbabwe, October 2018, that same year, 2%, they got 9.4 million. So Zimbabwe, I need their form, got a much higher profit. So even if you would want to tax it, we are looking at you taxing as low as Tanzania tax 0.01, and the less the tax, the less the less impact people feel.
Okay.
The more they'll still run it.
Okay.
Then I me papa can or see any call tax
taxation we invest
okay. Call tax na communication tax no we implemented, you know, it didn't affect scratch cards. The scratch card was still 1 cedi, it was still 10 cedi, the value was the same. In Comfort or calls, they didn't really feel the impact. But this is the case that we are actually going to feel the impact. So for send 5,000 now, the telcos have capped it. From 5,000 to 20,000, you pay 10 cedis. But this tax is not even also capping it. If you are sending 5,000, you are going to be charged 87 Ghana cedis and some pesos. This is daytime robbery. I think it's daytime robbery. Now, even your friend is saying the digitalization we want to go into, it will not help us. Now, me mami oti e krasi be captain was sending his car. O yisika na ma ne baby and was akotua tax. Yeah, this tax is this taxation on the money I'm sending was taxed from source.
Yes, I'm saying boy.
Well, I think some of the government officials also need some form of education. Miti Bakubi, I think a gentleman, I'm sure he's a parliamentarian as well, can say, well, if you bet taxi, why not use cash? And I felt, to the extent, so catch by you and say, what is the problem if you use cash? So I will ask Dr. Baumia, why going around and talking about digitalization if there was no benefit to it? Why spend $4.5 million just to get this interoperability working between GIPS and then the other the telcos and the banks? Why all those investments? And ana utie obi a free abaimo kasa in that manner, I think it is a direct insult to the people of Ghana. For a vice president to come telling us, say, we've spent $4.5 million just to put up a system to enable this interoperability. Now, somebody from his own government, it's not you, is what can say. What is the problem if you use cash? Then we had the communication minister also in their town hall meeting saying, as we speak, 75 up to 24th of January, about 75 billion on Momo and from 330 million transactions, averaging it to about 224 CDs, right? Now, Usha previous figures, they were way better. Within the same stretch, they were doing over 90 billion in terms of value, with about the 330 transactions. And therefore, you should realize already people are reacting to the news. These are the market hypotheses out there, and it is not good. And yet, every business, in Crawford TMU, Sisenia investors from outside, share near Kosu or Ghana, share in budget. And for that matter, we cannot return onto the Eurobond market. Sana Ghanaians should be credited with that intelligence. So, Tafrache, I think it is too much of an insult hearing some kind of languages from our politicians. It's not helping.
Let me ask you, you being an expert in taxation,
well, we can make so much money in terms of our property rates. And it is not far-fetched. In the UK, at a point when they realized that they could actually make so much, one of the major stumbling blocks, a property valuation. So what they did was sectorial valuation. We share to sell Labon in a certain skills. Because going through the process of valuation takes too much of a time.
That's right.
And once you give the details of the property you have, it puts you in a certain category and makes it so easier collecting the tax. Maybe we might have to look at that direction. You say, you bet to me something similar. Now, we came up with this property, your friend is saying, addressing system. I don't know how far we have gone with that and how that is going to help. Because again, a scattered address system. Nia oti wuncheno. Ocean address now. It doesn't follow with yours.
Exactly.
So maybe the one that follows me is in Kumasi. Again, we spend a lot of money to actually acquire trash.
We spent a lot of money
to acquire
trash.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think it is about time. We just don't jump into things. We have not done thorough investigation of how I bet to me abwai. And I think that's how we waste money. Madam Fubi bet at the program biaba and our suggestion biaba. You bet to me you won't sika kakra. And let's go ahead and do it. And that is what is going on. We don't get value for what we invest money into most of the time. And we keep taxing and taxing the Ghanaian. Look, again, there are people in this country, on shop, on office BR, on business operating permit. Yet, near all your momo no betia. Because we are called pet store big kitwe. Then so Chinese ni bi wo ho a oninam okanshi or ni bag pet. Or warehouse, or a residential area. Nobody knows what they do. Yet they have tax identification numbers. Omu importing yama backroom. Omu tong without us knowing how they even do it. Without taxing them. They go scot-free. VAT in the European countries, as show say, it is the biggest revenue line for them. Why? Because almost you see e-invoicing. Before your input is accepted, it must have an e-invoicing documentation to offset with credit. The moment Uber imported Bibia backroom hano, VAT Uber trial port, it has been credited to you. Yes, Sika. How do you recover it? It is through your sales. And it is obi imported bibi. eba krom ha. Na wa credit no. Na for 1 year. Ade no da so wo ho a. Na chere say stock no da so wo ho. Enti GRA, you can knock on those people's door. Now wa check your stocks. And this is how we can monitor, say, obia or importing value our commodities into this country is actually applying VAT. I am saying, say, in terms of the line of VAT, our capacity to grow it to even 50 billion Ghana cedis is there for us. The only reason we are not doing it is to give people more competitive advantage to others than others are suffering. Because we're investing into an office space, or better, individuals who bring probably more than near or no awire office be a na showroom bino or no on triashi yet omu to meet on omunyamano in term. If you go out there in Katamanton and all that, Mr. Onwu say, your brothers now mukita shop in Kitin, are they the importers? They are not. What we need to do at this point is to streamline our tax system and not to add more.
Tax aspect, no. I am not to me advice here buying there. Yeah, buy we because I buy a back no. I said, when we introduce tax to be a sabi. Yeah, mamma no man go school to Jum Crown say, I did yansanim. I am too harmful.
Well, the issue is one, omubeti. Because a foot only there, I think say a mom would be a.
We are sure so we won't bet.
Oh, omunti.
Where pass it?
Oh, me sure.
Sir.
Omunti. And you know why? Because we have gotten to a level of high distress.
I'm not sure say.
And not sure say a revenue of about 6 billion now mudia share money. Our budget suffer a huge credibility issues. Investor be a new GAD. Because one I will see my budget new. One I will see these revenues na me expect. This is my expenditure level. This is my deficit I need to finance. Now within a month to two into your budget period, it is clear to everybody say you cannot achieve it. And to me, call back to IMF because one of the rhetorics in the past, and two, for the mere fact say on himself or restrictions maybe you can say 11 hospitals. IMF country also put a hold on it. The rhetorics out there in the past say mono one to me I employ in Crawford because of IMF. Yeah, I employ in Crawford. Our payroll bill, any your friend is saying interest pay, I take 2 portions of our 2/3 of our revenues. And just with that, and more so is the credibility issue. Because all these tax, I am reliably informed, say, on my documentations, BBR, to collateralize the proceeds of the E-Levy.
Yes, I mean, I said it this morning.
On my BBR. So they are just waiting for the bill to be passed, gain the credibility, and go back to the market and borrow.
And to say, Kobane sana 6 billion, or the budget, it reduced it drastically. Then they be see.
The Abenusin say, with deficit, already deficit now, to mean financing. Now, I know, dear, it means we have head to the crash. Because the expenditure is so tight, say, you cannot also reduce it. The 1/3 that you are allowed to reduce it, They will compare. Then, in terms of production and now growth, you should forget it. Well, they try.
All right. Mr. John will be our Kanaminja or Kana.
Say, okay. Oh, NAPCO.
That won't go. What the old that one of the more quiet that no will be our cabin. Patch over me too.
Dedi kind. Say, baby, or Tonfo or Boneho Ehiano.
Okay.
Medaso was created on Mopa. Na yenye jidi se ansana sebi abofra beshe nantie aseno. Ni parent ana se ne janom etompaboa e de hye nansana wasi e form anante. Mejidi se nka E-Levy ana se aban de beba kra no se nka otimi hwe the security aspect of it. Se ebebo yen agent ho eban ena na nka ye hwehwe yen ka se ebia cars ebia se ske omani ni ska kra na ene motorbike kra no aban betimi ato motorbike aboa eye communities no a me fan se ewo oman no emu nansem eye mantemu ana me ka se bebia me we akronfo abai attack agent bako nko 5.
Hey.
Yes, captain. Na yene police for mo mantemu hono mo nso no omo ayade pa do akande ni hono mo de enso kakra na omo wo no omo timi de eboaye na omo guso omo ye nhwemu se benya sa akronfo wenum na omo ayede omo ache won. Now se ekoba se ebia mefa ne se otimi abre omoja ani na wanya sika kakra e dey start business na obi betimi de just 1 second and as a few minutes aba edi to aba besi uso na se ehonom no aban ne nhwa ehonom se obebo yen agent ho ban a ehonom na tuyen de eye mobile money advocacy group ene agent bi o Ghana ha bia no eya de a yen kwa eda ohawm hanti no se aban betimi ahwe yen security side na anka ebeboa at least se bia motorbike crowd dem fe se bia sebi tafrache enya ade ane boye dia o man ntimi nya de ntimi ento uhwe eye se de me se ba se de ka se E-Levy eba ebe affect yen so a ye ma menum no a omo edidwa no obi oho no mo a ene because of sa mobile money ya ede abey obetra friends e ka mu na hwe the risk aspect of it and is an tell the obetua na omodi niema na ede ede aba otua oto niema no aba beton no so no sebio tax ede ewo so na ekoba se E-Levy eba dia maame ba ko de oba menche o se Mr. Jiman me de E-Levy de eba dia ne enya de ma be transaction bia ya me no ka say me wo workers 5 because ye shase no ye ka say adwuma na ede aba form ene mama mienu ayede akotena fie yes mama mienu akotena fie eno mpo ye kukuru mpo ni o na ye besoa na ne krakra no wohwe yen rural areas nso a I think say banks bebre eni yen rural areas enti no wohwe mobile money ana enkrasing no omode eye omo adwuma enti se kobase bia E-Levy ba na se ebegu mobile money dia ene na ye nuanom a omo ewo enkrasing no bre na ombebre if say obi eti bibi ti say ekura bi ase na se se ombra kromeyi ni sika hwe stress ene eye obefa obi okura me fa nse bia ne krom onom kura no na ne kwan so enye den enye enti me feel say aban no ensan enye den enhwe honom no nye den emayen se de be ya especially security ebede ebeye intact amayen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mami akwa.
Okay, into meka esidia minya be meka ye no ho, especially with rural areas no. Me de me kom, me ma me kom be example. Me mami ko Ahamensu mobile money agent ba ko pene wo ho. Ahamensu in the Volta region.
Okay.
Mobile money agent ba ko pene wo ho. Na o send sika kwa agent no jiji obie sika in a day. Until it's 11 o'clock. Obi a our mobile money also yibia also the brand 11 o'clock no. No to aba and just second and answer nkwanta where the closest bank is. No akwa withdraw. Oria no I say to the aba. I want us to look at the risk.
Wow.
Obi enim say nipa we na di sika akọ. Ono no osa dey ba. Akomfort to share no okwema obi losing sika. That is one aspect. The two is the time. He is the only guy. Only honoma otu kwan a obi enyi mobile money wo. Kroni mu bio.
Hey.
Otu kwan a obi enyi mobile money. And when na eye kwan a ye fast wa we communicate with our old folks. Uwe jume bi wo ho, unana wo ho, umame wo ho, nwe bi wo ho. If this thing is taken out, nature and at the end of the day, a bear double taxation because omo mu won crash na krampo no. Ogisika no okọ bank akoyi ama wa obeju TNT. Inti no say okoyi 100 Ghana abrel. Oju TNT 1 cedi. Telcos na ete 1 cedi. Abaya sa beje 1.75 e wo so a. Sika ni bedu nsem na ka be 90 cedis and 85 cedis. Of what value is it? Inti yes share aban no, Ghana aban, the president, the vice. The amodisha are here with interoperability, digitization, making sure saying we are in a cashless society no. We are pleading with you. Say without burdening Ghanaians unnecessarily. The flamboyant things are omo ex gratia, omo salaries, all these things, the cars that they ride, we see them every day. If all these things can be cut down, so that the average Ghanaian who is suffering to put you where you are, no, this taxation issue, no, onhwe se Ghana ma hu hia no, the youth are important to them. Onhwe no ye bibi mfa homa ye.
Mamenda was eja person come be kind quick na fe ye.
Me pese me twen ya dwen ko wo hwe statistics agent dodo ewo oman mu a from 2012 na ye 5,900 as at 2019 no ye 180,000 plus 180,000 plus and it say ekoba say mobile money e ba begu a look at the number of agents omo be hwere omo adwuma even po enkrofo depending on the agent to survive. Ebiemo so agent na 180,000 plus ya American. Agent bia me say me workers 5. Ya mama mienu akotena fie. Nifa ne say o de agent bia wo workers 2 ah. Me feel say ate unemployment ne so ya be ma aban ne so ho ahenhan ne kakra wo omo nya adwuma enye no. Enti no aban no yesre no tse de me present de kan ye no. Omunhwe that side ninya den emayen nti am say kakra metimi da
so we biasa
ye chia agents for and so mobile money agents all across Ghana ye chia mo we hope say ne afifufo ayahye mu ye dwuma ne beko yi amayen we will have less armed robbery cases and more wins ye chia trivia.
Yes, yeah, that was a pa mamenya kwa ado and Mr. Edward Ajuman. Yeah, that was say. I'm sure dear Edda and no, as I say about more than the test. I think patron that's it for coming. All right, it's you best to asubium. Dr. Alex Ampabe, Ababidru, Doc, fiscal policy specialist. Na no ebetrasna fee on so aboye doc branetran finfin haya mami mane ha trase naja intimina yenko a young man PhD holder, a very young man. That's right. Doc, good morning. Na bibia boko there. Doc. Traffic na bapa. Doc, boy na Mr. Michael ni ya boy and now no so baba in semani kakra cheye. This E-Levy thing. Yanya day.
I was a captain. E-Levy there. Me, I'm not against digital taxation.
Okay.
Because economy no are moving from Ankaneno said we kind of break a mortar.
Okay.
To the digitized world.
All right.
Nemu no a coin I was say first tax the digital sector no. And I'm imagining say was here fini.
Okay.
Not in American sir. America, on the internet buy no. My internet ni boom ya could do baby. And Amazon all the big giants,
Amazon,
no
Facebook,
Amazon,
exactly.
all the others.
All the big giants, no. America te omu kromo. So it doesn't matter what be operate no. America benefits
exactly
from the internet boom. So the same way, no, digitization abane de shase no, very good. Until who be here say yeah digitize no. Na ye train to say the akokwa obutu nkosua so. O train say obema nkosua no bebre ama na butu so. Na ohwane na nkokɔ ni nyini a daache no omadore ne munu ye nya botre ama akokɔ no nkosua bebre ama na mutu so ahwane a ye be hye nkokɔ no daache abra ye di nkosua ani ntina mekasa ye digitize no companies bebre ho no ni marketing kiti a enne meko you meet last weekend me do me baba so see adam ji mobile money. It was beautiful na nya de ye common. Into the more yenya manfo a ye electronic payment in electronic platform na tumuno. The more na informal sector no e betimi a capture wo mo e de o mabeto formal no na yetimi enya sonfa so. Na ya ma eno na nwe pay a more na no besa san omochi. Na fe no anhwe a adwuma papa a aban ni sha ase no na ankwanko wie de wi aye pe no. On say tax no one main thing I'm kind of say to bring the informal sector into the formal fold.
okay
So now say bit me the informal sector no about the formal fold. I think the E-Levy in a way no every ye bankrupt for no mono every friend said the formal domain.
okay
And to me we never buy cost 90 work am I.
It is a drew baby na sade and beba be cost 90 work sade a and ye na ye ne sade je den because oh yeah there na ubenya cost 90 worker and then I don't think sir as I said we ye were experts e wo kroim at least ye betimi a consult you more minim de ntia when it comes to governance in Africa one wa e wonim de no yentimi from matter ho no menya futuo papa it is a cost 90 there and then ye koya na buy
Nti on say aban document and some proposal ni nyina aban say the E-Levy is to bring the informal sector into the tax net.
okay
Na ne me dwene say challenge kakra because tax no only for informal sector. Say so purely informal sector tax, the Americans okay, and the informal sector no ebeka ho. But this is a tax everybody pays. So Emma, the argument to bring the informal sector into the formal fold no is difficult. Kakra. Now, the meme suggestion come the Bema by say you can't digital service tax a whole na hosa by attention. Sisi am a captain, meet me to be PBR online.
that's right
Yewo Gigi, yewo Tonaton, yewo Jumia, yewo website be brave or no more. Also pay fee $2 million. Could matter now them ha at CCA.
that's right
Into a digital of the digitized sector. Into companies are almost 3D on the digital marketplace, you know. Almost they will say are buying attention. How will government do this? Very simple. Gigi and I said Tonaton, when you saw for example, if I'm a Tonaton me ton ade o ha obi account ansa na watimi ato. And one of the easiest way no any say enka tonaton ansa na obi advertise wo ho no you make sure so the passport and a Ghana card e register. On register ya wontimi ton ade o ho no. So at the end of period bia obeton no tonaton enim. Enti say 1% and 2% and a bind beto amount now will be generated from your tonaton account at the end of the year. It's a straightforward thing. One, a bit reduce cyber crime. Because yet you wait me, Eddie be up to last we saw air condition we were Koforidia. I go for Yamin man send this can. And go booming them. So ain't pass a year and can you pan an ID, original ID or their register? Untimi enkonko yusu sa your friend saying dodgy way no and fan generate iska. Nti in a way no anka beboa ma yenya direct fight na. Nti in designing tax that is purely the tax sector.
Okay.
And number 2, say informal sector. And no correct Ghana problem can say partner ma your tax to GDP or form no is because you have informal sector. So a huge informal sector no means it is extremely difficult for government to make tax revenues. Now, we need to design sorry. I was here quick say informal sector no omone hefo. Ebia your plumbers, your mason for, your carpenters. To kwan person e befa so a san krofo we no mo no. Ye do mo beba tax net no. Na ntimi increase your tax revenue. Ewa brebe designing informal sector specific tax strategy for the employee mason. Yanka say the license biaba, only license untu amount for beba. We ebia gross turnover tax, ebia 2%. Seychelles, yebi, and it's working perfectly for them. Entino but the tax net no at the end of the year you make to us when you until at the end of the year you no call renew are free if your local assembly no system and a bema Ghana high shit because you say electrician call and say or call you why on your papa until buy between a boa ama one you bring proper training at the ama the artisans who artisans no omuduma omudi nti niema mmienu aban ka say E-Levy by any year one bringing the informal sector into the tax fold and then number 2 the digitized way so to me
create employment
but me fear who kakra me wo ho no say on say me nua ba kote ha ka say imombo no ewo employ ni 180,000 but me wo UN CDA data yeah almost kira 441,000 or more Ghana agents no don't say what the agent and also brother not so agent no kwa fani patu ntomo count sankrofo ni nyina ka ho a the sector employs 441,000 people until now government record so kira a nipa 24% is the attrition rate that is almost the 20 bar you expect to say a nipa use no so better by 24%. Now sekoba se bibisa wom na 24% no ye no crap. That means within the first 6 months on a 20 bar a nipa up to 105,000 and a belus wejuma. Se mi yusu ye nuane data no oka wa 180 na that means 48,000 people and a belus wejuma. And sekoba se nipa 105,000 na lusu wejuma. E sumpo chen napko abedi juma papa atimi amma youth ni bi sebi omon satimi akoma no now
market you and my 7 months
now I see ye bo napko ho ban and e betimi a ke ento aso ne mfa napko fo no na ye be lose 105,000 and most of sankrofo we nyom nyina na nyalaka akọ school say de menua ba not here e be on go school oni qualification bi obetimi ya bibi oni dwetri bia into kakanga no didi ho no na ebasi nipa 105,000. Just assume the government attrition rate is right. How do we support these people? Nti some aban betimi apina chika na ya hwe one ekwan befa so tax the digitized economy. Yen tax companies operating in the digital space. Number two, informal sector of economic activities within Ghana across the informal sector. That's the who say informal sector no say benye kubewura no anase mame na wo ton wo chi na sem na make. But make people are muda mo be wetime si within by 3 months. Wajibia be 40,000. Another one 3 months wajib 40,000. They are big giants within the space. Mo ye tirelessly. Man if you hang wetime to be within by 2-3 months. Well, we be about 20,000. Or move to another one. Eshano yen taxi omo. Electrician for fear na man obe wire it be 25,000. After the witness abe na ya nenu. Obetman almost 200,000 onti ahwe. So it is time yen design a specific tax strategy for the informal sector. And number two, my brother was talking about property tax. Are huge? Within Europe, the Eurozone, property tax contributes about 3 to 4%, which is billions of euros every year. Over Africa is 0.38 on average to our GDP. Over Ghana, only 9% of our properties are captured. And look at tax. They are the ones that I say are captured. Say you tax
9%.
9%.
Abaya
Just 9%.
And yet me a capture.
Yes.
91% in capture.
And to show akwanya wo mu se be tax no eso. Yemra tax exemptions. Eye etoa enyuma ko bi akese ifra mano ne ba so mbe enyuma wo ha edema wo. Obi ho ba o mu mama kwanya. Mo de akwanya na mama ya bi a mefa nipa sei meyewe na ye hwe no ho e de ama wo eto bi se mentua up to certain period. According to Finance Minister last 2 years, that was 2019, the tax exemption was about 5 billion. Yeah. I support taxes, but there should be cost-benefit analysis. Your exemption should be over 77. According to IMF, yes, 5 billion. IMF, last consultation paper 4 no. Yeah, Ghana coin. Okay, document now, and it's on IMF website, page 52. Was it Ghana gives away 21 billion in exemptions, which is 5% of our GDP. In the year 5 billion. But the IMF own consultation document, that document, page 52 of the document says we give away 21 billion. In Tibisa, who said 20 for the first time, there's a tax exemptions bill before Parliament. And no, ya kusanto koya ache ya debato in 20 April, 2019 April, if I'm right. And I'm on the State of the Nation address because we be exemption MY. Now research says passing law we are in 16 years time. One Ghana be a bedino, you move 50 pesos at the betche. Into a here. Parliament. You bono. 7 Parliament. For good news, I want to say and say now the exemption bill is before Parliament. And extensive consultation. We contributed. Yeah, you bomb prices. Some passes some way and net here pass here. By the end of the year, Ghana stand chance to generate billions of Ghana cedi. Yeah, beba abaimbutu. Inti akwanya befa so raise Ghana. Bebre property tax year 1, exemptions, tax exemption year 2, and now leakages and corruption. Where etwa Ghana for
repeat here hono. Leakages
and corruption. So
pipe
no
drobena pine
sir
function any leakage
sir
and a corruption the empire they need to
eti aya akwanya bi a memedwene say sabai the nice form me say tackle leakages Auditor General's report, we are making reference to it, and it's a very important document. 12.8 billion enna afa bimun sase anase ebimun so omode omaneka omuntuae 12.8, which is almost twice what the E-Levy will bring to us. So inti abai entna se nye complete DRM audit, domestic revenue mobilization sem na make nye hwese hefa and you bet me skaba. Yedika ka informal sector are huge. Government need to sit and do proper audit. Say, okay, informal sector na ka say omuntua etimi hu ba bi omo. Intino, you should be able to do an audit to tell say kwasi a plumber, Kwame, a mason, yaw, a Tyler. Niamfa regulation bimra. A bit you yaw manu biti me krom se bi benjama. We are kone china ye man about 5 years and 10 years. But over kona director bi share one government agency bia nensano say you know any. In the tax you're gonna for so original so muntua E-Levy no one. Problem nanka say jina say sikano cry de bayede. No, so the moment people start thinking accountability is our biggest issue. Yanka sa buying first can you because they are you see a soldier for etiomuka, police etiomuka, nurses, doctors, teacher for they are a tax ye the baby. Name no your funds go ya earmarking and I say ya do your tone change and quite a footwork seeing. It be a sanitation levy. Oh, the question is that now, no, what is the sanitation situation? And can be near Bear County, oh, sanitation, you 100 million, maybe government is doing it, but accountability and communication is very important. Yamfa communication service tax. Government earmark that money for a specific purpose. Communication and accountability to me is one thing as a by way. A percent E-Levy nko by to be aba na ebegia to mo a ye make sure say accountability no pepepe ye bi nkontabuo bi abam amadanse die bi takuna de ma wo no ehu adwumani simpoa no ehu adwumani nti so ba na so yemfa bi nka wo ho a Ghana ni bia enka da bi nti se mebo no to fam se me kasa no me dia konwan kakra mebo no to fa E-Levy no menko a aban pini na chi kakra na ko ne Ghana for any
Sisudia yentua ana yenjai
ye modify no
ye modify
the say ye modify
abani peanut
on peanut because there is still some component me menko anka person to person no and you can see a tax name there's an e-commerce component no so
okay yen tax e-commerce
exactly the e-commerce component is where the emphasis should be but say me ne wo if we are captain my local or tamale ompe kakra bi mrem fa menye kai scan fama
no so tax
na oh yeah me papa say near be tax so are difficult and na to say be a na me so no be example be say be a filling station udi ani mu me di wachi utue we ya na wo de o cash wallet uska wo wallet so fiscal wallet no di tue na utu ka na hoko eduru me so no me we ya because me use electronic wallet. And remember, the name is electronic wallet. It's not different from the physical wallet.
That's right.
So because I chose electronic wallet, maybe for security reasons and now for convenience, maybe I have to pay more at the same petrol na toy. Already, so maybe I'm a tier PAYE and I pay as you earn a tour. I was so that. In Tikabain Pinachi, now I'm forgetting person to person. Name me design. How do we bring in a proper digital service tax? Which will tax the digital space, companies and businesses are or more operating within the space, and not the individuals. Because Uganda, a typical example, almost the 1% in the buy. Within 3 months, almost in July 2018, by October 2018, Abani Musiska Wanyano, a month for you, Musikanina. In Temabani Sanachi, a 0.5. Sorry. Normally, almost started a deposit, or deposit a buying better. Or transfer about better, uko year a ban better, udi chiadia car a ban better, man nine. Bosumi and son, a banning will say, I drop more, not drop it, and no more to withdraw one coin. As at now, that is the only taxa within the mobile space. In Tinaban Pinach, you know, because you see, Yana, because we operate on the assumption of all things being equal. To say the 20 bar will be answer Sunny Suban. Nti momo for no 6.9 billion and no one benya. If you say the transacting momo no a better will be answered. But no, this is a kind of tax that people can easily and legally avoid it. Ewabra on tumbra. Or you need to free on my dear Cholusu. And to say even, and I'm sounding here with a big even. Saban Pokas or the beba. And the reason I'm doing Saban, if I'm in government position, Captain Yama tight. So follow Ghana finance. The economy is in a very difficult situation. Yeah, you call Abontesi a Copeska and see where the best see on Yentimintia. And na Moa Sabin Chirima. Internet, then I mind why the name then come me shane say Saban Pokas or the beba. And combine Ghana for Enkasa. Time COVID in the Bible.
Kase, you bet pass it. But your video no Obama why? Me family be some question. We no another sector bi wo krum ha madwene ho amenti ase. Obekwa abusua bi mu no. Na ohene ba kote over 1 million acre land so. Na otwa ton. I have no tons ase omutua dey.
I know say one thing. So,
Mr. Boy,
Yes.
your paramount chiefs in the tons are sena. Omutua tax ma hwan because what ya himfie?
Yeah.
Na nipa na oto asase the physical ahimfie ya nje check o. Odeba ya na ya ti receipt amount. Na akwesi age ya she table na se. Ye wie ya na wa ya account. E ya account wi a and I say fasi hanako ana momfanko bank end.
Well, in the proper scheme of things, no, that sector no, should be taxed, and now it is being taxed. Yaji chuo who call land, sir, omega Joseph evaluation, but through the process of this, to your stamp duty and all that. The issue, war with land issues, no, and no. In per se, I have more to do with the land administration and the Land Administration Act. I am very weak in terms of even knowing the stock of land. Yeah, shared because of chrononty. We pretend say we do not have the documents covering each and every land in this country, or we do not know the owners are. Omwa assassino ye omudia. Sa info no ti ho na obi su fa eche to no no na assassin. Ento no so bepen ne ho ntem aton ne e wo ho no. And will not wait to go through the process because process na nkasa no e tedious. So obefemu anya wo title ube bibia pepepe no. It is discouraged. Obefa eche akotua sika no. Na uwanya unyama in term. And our legal structure and our judicial system also, it's not helping. Judge no who prefer say asasi we nye we dia. Asasi we wa korea. Nensu Obama ruling, against or no our legitimate right to the property. Nti ekofa asase hu sem no eho no de a bit murky. Just say eho no de basa to talk of even taxing it. But nia a papa mo an say obi ato na asase obi wa asase mo ni danger. How were they able to register those lands? Yet omu kita omu title nezo ni danger. And it is possible when it comes to our land system as we run it now. Enti enya ahimfo no pe na odi subono bebom. But we should look at both ends if we intend taxing, and that is rightly said no. A hot sika pa. Talk of these real estate companies. Omuto assassina. What is demanded of them? No said omube withhold the tax. Assassina goods. Enti who withhold the tax now? You are able to tell say assassin or turn say. But the issue is both ends, no, they are collaborating, willing to collaborate. And to me, who see kapot.
Yes,
exactly. But Aban, and it comes back to the valuation. About the e-commerce tax. It is not new. Me client or the Ninyama to Amazons. Now, Amazon had the responsibility of withholding every tax.
Absolutely.
On no other file amount. Our US. Amazon, who are told Yaman on chain ma wo unko file with tax and child tax. Amazon na be file amount or file yemawa. Or see, ukita expenditure bia. Ana kabia ubo ya odi ye sa goods na. Fabra. Udi ba ye betie film. Na buy no achiauka. Na mpemwa udi koswa ye bechiauka. Nenye Ghana. Ma usika nko kem wajia. Obehunia obefem. Eko wi ase no kra wonya. Enti the fairness in our system concerning tax. Anyhow.
Ma me question bibi madwene ho ache. Menye tax expert na menye economist. But I've followed all the governments in this Fourth Republic. The last term of every government was suffer. Rawlings suffered brutally. Edu baby na yehu baby a yedi sika samontoto ye na ekoshe. Jay Kufo to me manage kakra jump that header, but not us in sense I can't say from. Ti edu baby na bank fo chesu bajiska na yesi $1 na ye fine kakra. Mo ankasa mo ye economist mo munim sika samontoto mo so na cosmetic because we knocked some zeros off and blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, the reality was that Ghana ni who said Abuana kakra. Then Professor Mills John Dramani Mahama. One more last term, trouble. You careful. Sika edi be tuya salary. China 1st February, 28 days. Sika edi be tuya salary skurano. Adam tina tem biano. Yesika sem ye wuna basa tantanta ejana.
Na se we dia wo awoni.
O say
so we dia wo awoni.
Sound.
I had a 4 years cycle. And the moment any government be ba be mo pen or shese obey impressive or manfo. Nti the policies bia waka in terms of manifesto wise no or person implement. There is this rush. But yeah, your president, you'll see, I am in haste to actually implement things. And now omudiaba na sa policies no sika. I say obet media, yes, those policies. Now I didn't say who the sika ko share bibi mo. I say more returns. But most of our policies no, are not thought through policies. Until you discount them. In 4 years' time, now I realize you say to send planting for food. Yeah, discussion. And then in Katia bag back, 800 Ghana cedis. Right? Maize across the 500 cities. And Sikana ye di share
Away.
Quickly, no, by the time to run. Now who say, hey, unemployment has not been reduced by your policies. Now I offer yes, you NABCO, just to impress. And then me NABCO, NABCO, me can say right is government or government. to say abaya etim. Mikai say nye papa. Today, no, who can value the productivity of NAPCO?
Am I? Some stay, some co, some.
They be sikana ye di ashemu dada no. Ahi abamu ni papa ben na betumi akyerɛ me sɛ ɔmo de sei na ɛhyɛ mu na yɛnya sei ɛwɔ mu. Or we were able to grow productivity because of this input I had share. And see, it is about recklessness and the way you are running your elections, to impress all of us every 4 years. And see, oversha, Sikano orienting before the second term. We are how many years in the second term? And we are suffering with the thinking, say, right? You had opened up your GDP to debt. You've opened it up to show, say, you can borrow more. Share on 2017 budget now. Can say the previous government, who say debt to GDP had reduced. Or fee say sky go and you call Bob Bissia. Now we are what was
Who's your hood?
Who said?
Oh God!
But you fell in the same trap. Into who and in your children. Why not, Papa? Because you were able to identify the issues correctly. Ufre, the taxing of transactions at the banking level, Ufre no say a nuisance tax. What do you call this? The VAT that was put on almost two, your friend is saying bank transaction fees. No, so it is for the fees and not the money. Into bank, or see. My transfer will sika amount. May you 50 cedis for the transfer of Sikano. I buy and see the beneficiary of that transfer, right? On tier VAT on that 50 cedis. We'll see. May transfer Sikana may transfer 5,000. No mean tier tax was 5,000 also. And your fees now be charging. And in the Papa Mundu say, if they believe in the principles of taxation, they should tax the charges put on Momo and not the money.
And also, one person over to say, I know the Sikano.
Now, you see, we have limited this thing and our discussions to Momo. But beyond that, any electronic transaction will suffer this tax. Near my bank account, me were 2 accounts. Me transfer sika free one to the other. You see, mean share tax. What is the value in that? And that also means, say, and that is the poverty of this. Utia vehicle income tax. Ukotia final tax. The liability you have, uti free.
That's right. Utia withholding tax. Ukotia final tax. Uti free. Now, this 1.75%, are they going to allow, say, me tia free final tax? They be, because they have called it levy. And tia costs now. If you believe, say, it is productive, that is what you should do. If you say, those in the informal sector, no, me per se mean geomutuo. This is what you should do. Now, Osi sikana muna obe taxi. Uye asieswa. Osi, I will not give you the credit of it. Now,
in the proper scheme of things, obia obetia so filing the taxes are a cost man. And it becomes a tax savings of 25% on that amount. Because I mean, me 50 cedis me the become me expenses home. Either to know, says, sir, 50 cedis no new. What will happen? No, say that 50 cedis will suffer a 25% tax.
Hey,
yes.
Hey,
And it is a savings of almost 25% cover. In any form you want to look at it, economics-wise, tax-wise, it is the most regressive tax I've ever heard of. Adentia. Many are your high. Maybe in a keep at 10,000. Maybe 1,000 cities. Now the mere fact say I choose to operate Momono, right? Remember more tax
than on
10,000.
Oh. On the Onyusumomo, but on 10,000.
Yes,
and I also use 2,000 cities.
Exactly.
And to Uber tria more taxes than you tria or 10,000.
And economically, you cannot rationalize this tax. If you come to the qualities of tax, it defeats each and every line of it.
Hey.
Yes. Into what is the thinking that went into this tax? Knowing the nature of our economy, it is from a cash-based economy being transformed into a digitalized form. What other thing Adi Ebema said? We would have to go back into printing more money, which is cost. With Momono, it saves us using cash. Most of our cash now have become digitalized. And Tisikano dear, egu bank, egu baby. And then we are just moving it across to buy goods and services and now to do certain physical operations. Right? The moment we rolled the financial inclusion into digitalization, and who be here say Bank of Ghana would go and print more money. Because
that's
there'll
a huge cost.
Yes, at a huge cost. Into what thinking went into this?
Mr. Your boy, Mami called Dr. Alexa Pabe finally. Yeah.
I'm saying, Captain, I will be assembly about what do I think about this Momo. Now, I'm saying, I'm here in my economy na nkasano. Ghana is in a very, very difficult situation. Intime, the economy is shown. And I'm used to COVID time I started, fellow Ghanaians. Say, what jigas over Cobontim and Tiasiamentinafie? The moment President Bekasano, Wakuma, a bathroom. No matter how angry, you are not prepared to stay indoors. The way Omampeni Besia Kana Semino, Akasi, we are in together, Yenyabotre, this one too shall pass. We both for sober cook, over there, the bathroom. So, sir, E-Levy situation are tight. Bossy and your cockra in any benyabia, and won't see who and yadi beboa mine. And you say, we were one more down, I anticipated they were by. And Quancy da, a Tano Sabino, and take beer. And Kahube here say, Cassano, young kid, Bebragana phone in Uncle, you say, baby, your minor druno, I had dinner. Ye need alternative beer, Obi also may develop Ghana, am I? Ain't he? A perceived to be by a friend E-Levy. Ye himself conventionally, it's not the kind of tax we should be levying. But baby, you do any choice. And take be a Ghana for Miss Remo, mammy. Infumi no and amphibiansa. O mine sick assumption say pija. It won't me ye free honum. Captain says, Sakas a day way by our home. Kagana phobe brain no, ye better near Massacra. Neighbor would meet na radio no what yasimbi. Mupo mumpo ya the beba from St. MPs. Sadian Emwa Nancy said, Mecano cry net, saying an answer. Memory that Namene Deputy Finance Minister. ewo City TV. Honorable John Kuma. The kasa and the tone was beautiful. The same thing, no more town hall meeting, I'm saying, in the last few weeks, the kasa and the tone, HS will be a, why not you say, oh, be a free Ghana for? That kind of posture, no, a bebua.
Now, yes, I say,
I
the posture, never me were.
I know the American side
because
Captain Emmanuel, and Emmanuel,
and one person better. Look,
finance minister, there's only posture.
The posture is better, but
the character, no.
MPs B, Kasabi or Mokasaya. Now, in fact, what's not radio one, a TV no tia. Mekasa
Casabe, you know, me die be passing, me delete me mumu account.
Baby, and then your uncle. Number 2, no.
Yansabian.
Sebasa Tinchinachi, the Bebampona, Yanshe Uganda, Yanshe Zimbabwe, Malawi, the Navy will draw totally. Countries be are failing with the E-Levy. And even at the bar, the question is almost about 1.5. What informed the 1.5? And what is guarantee? Say
0.01 grand.
What is the guarantee? Account. A tax people can easily avoid. The moment you delete, and as a one first come to Subium, automatically you have avoided the tax. And to me, I'm fine. She had been searching no 6.9 billion. No, buy her.
Say someone about 1.5. No, say Obi say no 1,000 Ghana. Yeah, to 1.5 if 1,000 no meboa. And only yeah, say 1%.
15 Ghana.
Yeah.
15 Ghana.
There you find it.
No, it means
15 in, 15 out.
Plus telcos.
Plus telcos for no idea.
Yes. It simply means without any production factor being affected, what will be BM? You've increased prices.
Now, say ECG charges for ECG diabetes abonting. The charges are ECG. Send them up a pole keke. You may see pole a freeze at 1,300 a day. I could do 4,900 Ghana cedis. Wabre Diana, you did your light pole, no, you can't cream.
So no cranny was said it.
Say yes, yeah.
Timamini, you was said it.
Oh,
easy for
creative borrow.
Yeah, fancy her. Yeah, fancy. But I can't get water and so papa, but more than say, being so correct. And so person will so dear. Shannon so say, I can't get water. Wait, but more than say, Ubinya be Dr. Otu Obiano, Yadia intimate now. The baby 314-5588. Regnant properties and so then Sassi baby. And the Abakuma, the Biamicacho say, Sika, the Tassa say, and found Rodros. Bobuano, Nafakotasa, come on. Now, who intimate and talk. You want Sassini be brave or Dodoa, Kaswa Papasi, Wutu Kunisha Hills, Mansubia, Edniso, Potting and importance with the Eguhobebre, 6,000 pepepe, when Saka was Sassy, now when I walk chrono, who is Sika, 6,000 with Triago, wouldn't be so 7,000 with me the Bosman song, Eddie Trian and the Chrono. Friend was 0245 037 567. Power Specialist Herbal Hospital. Ewo Hompacho hepatitis ni A ni B ni C ni D ni E. You be in everyone there about. I know what to chong kakra go no and the syphilis in a tail. Wa osa. And I see near drew omboa. Osa wedro in Africa ha echo eto etete pa. Wo kidney no and some bebre abahon. Ni no Fako Power Specialist Herbal Hospital. Na yemwa. Kumasi fe ye ase link bosom twekwan no so and ye wo enkran so kwabenya pokwase ACP main road no so na fitakrade Anaji Estate so ye wo ho. Ye number is 0244 544422. Na ya je wo so dodo. Anas Boy Enterprise so e wo ho. Obeye POP ceiling papa plaster board installation, TV unit design. Said the open bi aye be amount. Tiling ni painting and the window designs in ano correct pa pacho but modern say obe pay ye chia kwa ye Tantra Hills amasaman na fiable kuma Canada Junction wa your number is 0246113461. Grace Gift Herbal Clinic and so ɛwɔ hɔ dendenden wedie bɛbɛsɛ ne yɛkɔ patwɔ hypertension ɛwɔ duro ɛna me BP na bo na me BP na ba ɛna nduro yi wanom na no pa wanom na wia wanom na nwumere ma me adai kɔ na yɛtu yade yɛase ma nso so a wompɛ sɛ wobɛkɔ adenta me osika me de bɛtɔ abrɔfo duro saa sika betimi de ayade foforo kora ɛwɔ fie hɔ ma na timi ayeye ɛno ɛkyi no bɛbɔ mɔden a sɛ dwonso mu yade bia no fabra wate na baako bi ɛyɛ me de pa yɛ vagina steaming no ɛna correct ba ɛno bi ntimi nka ne twi da you will steam the vagina for you wo yesu bi ye be steam meko kakra jene kakra nyado kakra tomantese ye de garlic wono na ya besoa ye de mesoa ne ya no se tutu de was senso ye best bi ma wonam na ye de tesa hana ani na tesa wana wo kro no meso mfendi agro honamani yade yina nso oba Grace Gift Herbal Clinic ye betu ase e de amakuma se ye wo hwim school junction hona baraka se kwan so na ebu akwaso Boakwa Kofodia, your Gawo filling station, and cry her, your new Machimota Petroleum, Bangalore, Hona, opposite Family Life International School. Your number no is 0244 126123. 0244 126123. Kennedy Digital Satellite is to say, Anope Bomodiana Bra. Anything home appliance. Pacho, Bomodiana Bejobodia, water, air conditioning, Papa Nibia, every 1.5 air conditioner, your betcha ceiling fan. Correct? Deep freeze and so all talk on ye chawade, Ubomodia auto TV swat, na ye chawade, auto fufu machine, na ye chawade, popcorn machine, na ye chawade, you will sewing machines, industrial sewing machines, double door fridge, showcase fridge, a tabletop, a hood one in ano, a be ewo. Your washing machine, papa, between the BSC, through the BSC form, na a see when man fine. Gas cookers, na your 4 burner, up to 6 burners, and so be a we here biano, a idea, Obenya be away and chain. At all, standing fan, ceiling fan, microwave, nick kettle, blenders, iron stabilizers. Pacho Kumase, your family plaza, Brosan Kesenamu, Ewo Edum, Ofen was 0244 385 128. The bedroom was so Sasuna Patase, Adom House, or Wana Kennedy Junction, your ho and a fe wager, Barry Hayawo and Kraiha. Number 0243 074 7475 Edu Heba Sebo Modiana Bra, na stroke in the infant fie ho odofo pa bi enya stroke ni bi o hosana o chiako stroke e wedro wo konkrofo amaya kese no so wiase mo so stroke eni edro oboa wo bagana ha ya de nkrofo tena play nim de wo bagana e koma kese mba fikrum e ko two stroke ya de ni firi wo bra bom de ma wo bomode ya tutumrika na ma yen ko doctor edu ho e wo ye be fikrum number 0201 044 221 Zoe Fertility and Alternative Medical Center. So, one of my coffee fertilizer plus and the other. Memanum and manum, pacho, menopause and chill. Mammy, say, sister, why do you say, oh, me dear, sana metio, sa, me dear, me, usum musa den, cry, me, take oh, what? How about it? Article person home about. Got fertilizer plus, maybe. Now, me, me, balance hormones on the mount. I was down now, so yeah, buy come. So, yeah, a year. Adenta New Side behind the CAF International School. And what Adenta Pantan, Quina, so if you're not consult Tarazo Road, you're being Nicolisi Hotel. Number is 0205 3636 14. Nafe, yeah, Timmy, Ajo, so fair. Pacho, Bomodia said, Ebiana, Okasagu, Nipaswa, no be a Ghanaian. A bit by a yare, a bit to Saba say, Bikurana. They be no man dry, and I'm saying, man, into a how we hear little capsules, little, a bit pam ni nama, or person once a paya or solo no my abusano. My God, or no, dear, she said, Jipapanama, you are minute two, and son went to me at on. But body I say will be yabi, and no crowd was Simon Mina, so throat in our crown idea, a bit free or catching her aquama one to X drive capsules, no so there, a bit of my member seminal. It's me, Jan, and also Jan, and also ye pa. Now, I fay prostavite capsules, and so June Soma Hawin, I know it be free at D. O friend was 0244 370 702. Yebeje was so do. Now, I fay C4C Homeopathic Hospital, and you're the only specialized European homeopathic hospital. And we're gonna have West Africa, hey, air for pet. The whole West Africa, air for pet. Ghana, eka ho. eti ment na ho na yare bi ntetew se na we eye chronic na we de eye enkoda we ye acute jai eduro papa wa ha ye hwe won so a 50% discount na ya te de free so de amount na wo atimi ato enkran ye wadenta Cape Coast ye Green Hill Takrade Fijai May Sport wa Kumase Kwamo ye ho Kofodia opposite Antratic Guest House ho Kaswa Millennium City Aguna Swedro Suezbu Junction ho na ofre was 050 004 0328 na eno so yajo so Dr. Lawson se bomodia na bra wate yete ne se wonya Lord care mixture ne bia wo ye oba infections ahodo nyina no wono no ma ne kɔ na wo ho atimi atɔ na che se ahemfie hɔ ya akɔ no pa delay man kaso so no so atimi mbodi member sem yi pa na fe Lawson herbal mixture no so wo na ma ye wo ya ne malaria ne typhoid ni na no atimi tu ase Lawson herbal ointment no so ye de atwitwi waposo ama ho atimi atɔ fine pa baby ye tondro bia de benya bi ewo ho atɔ mesrew wo 0242 133 577 yebeje wosodo Dominion herbal powder sagun so she mimiti anu no nom na no pa ma nom na wia na ma nom na nwumre doctor say ye nom na no pa na nwumre pe me nom na tre men tua me de no fa doctor de na o se me kan kire wo no anu pa wa penso she me de na ya me mu ya he me de gum asem na nam ho na mo o sa no pa bia na mfifiri me enwe ma nom na bo nwumre do bo wia na me hwa obi na ho na ma sagum na me ho den yade ahodo e wo system no mu ni na yare ni na beko de opese oba no so na Dominion herbal powder no etimi esi ni kwan kama wo 0543 158195 ye beje wo so dodo ma won so hu etimi atopa na ansa na me peda me mu na me nuanom ma na ba beto aso no hye no so ma me se Mako Power Scientific Herbal Clinic awo ho asem na mpesa me ka chewe ese oba na obewo brana me ho ye chemma oba o hwema akwanim de o se me pentafo o seje me pebema o seje me poba o seje me pebema mienu fako ema mienu fako bema ba ko ba ko fako no de nkwada ni na chew na wo de ko ema ni bi o ho a fibroid yi ache wo mo amom ye wo ho hwe yiyi typhoid ekum chen covid say UK for crisis say there wo mo nche nose mask bi mu normal ya wo hwe na we nya covid a wo say be ko hospital yempe nduro bi ma na memene na sa kopi na kwatena se ko bo obera te say malaria ache obi wa ha malaria yewa odwini no mu nduro na wo badwuma wo say covid no o anya de bi ase ehu ya tra akofo ye bad yo ofo ye bad papa wo mo ehunu na ye nsa e na ban so sori a we diskari na so we o say covid na ma na ba obo wo ma we cash ni na Ghana Revenue Authority so kura say covid time mo di 57 billion mo di bida mo increase mo exceed mo revenue target nti ban say na covid na say dem cash ni ko fire what I say to be say me yanko Mako Power Scientific Herbal Clinic for no mo muntimi hwe na tiapo no correct pa ye adwuma me me da kwasi ada wo frɛ yen ewo 0249 481 628 na yaje wo so dodo mpacho pa ye da ne ye ho aba na ansa na no ma me nda Mr. Yaboy ase ene Dr. Alex abian sesa no pay o metimi ebeboa ye ema ye babai ensem ahodom ewo 95.1 FM and Onia TV. I'll be right back.
Big parts.
He's surely the #1 presenter in the nation.
I'm in a